Hello, the internet. Donna here. I wanted to talk to you today a little bit about frustrations that you might have with your dentist or your denturist or whomever it is that's making or has made your dentures. Now, I trawl around in the hi Milo, in the online denture support groups. I admin for a couple. I am a member of quite a few, and a common thing that I see in the groups are frustrations with the dentist or the dental office or the denture maker. A lot of times folks feel like, and I've felt this way before too, that we're not being heard when we give our suggestions and our notes to the people that are making our dentures, and that can be really frustrating. You don't need a degree or formal training to be familiar with the inside of your mouth, and if you feel like the things that you're saying to your dentist or denturist or lab tech, whomever it is, are going in one ear and out the other, chances are they probably are. For me, I went for my immediate dentures to Affordable Dentures here in Tulsa, and Dr. Cannon is wonderful. All of his tech girls are great. The women that work the front desk are fantastic, and I just love all of them to pieces. But after I had my extractions, and after, say, the second adjustment that I had, I noticed the attitude shifting just a little bit, especially the day that I went in because my bite was off. I had one of the girls come in and look and tell me that I had a crossbite, and another girl come in and tell me that the dentures needed to be remade, and another girl come in and just, not know what in the world was going on. And when Dr. Cannon came in, he was able to repair my bite. Now, in doing that, he kind of killed my ability to eat most things that I had worked my way up to eating. I could no longer eat salad. I couldn't chew on celery anymore. I certainly couldn't handle raw broccoli. Pizza was out of the question without a knife and a fork, and I was really, really proud of myself because up to that point I had been eating pizza with no knife and no fork, like, picking it up and taking a bite like regular people. It was one of the very first eating videos that I made for my channel. It was a big, gloppy, messy ass piece of pizza. And that frustrated me. So when I called and, let them know that I was going to need another adjustment soon, even though the bite was good, the fit wasn't good, I was no longer able to eat. I felt like the teeth had been dulled down to the point where they were not effective anymore. I was told that I was not due for another soft reline until the end of June because they do it every other month, and that at that time they would have a look at my dentures and address any other issues that I was having. That's not acceptable. I'm not going to go 2 months without being able to eat healthy food, and that was one of the biggest pushers for me in the direction of mail order dentures, which are these. So with these dentures, I'm able to eat. I can chew things up effectively. My mouth will shred up meat when I chew it and into little bitty bits instead of just kind of smushing it into a ball that's the size and shape enough to swallow it down like a pill with a drink. My dentures, they're not just pretty, they're very, very effective. I can eat just about anything. The midline is correct. All of the teeth were set wrong on my immediate dentures. They were all turned just a little bit that way, like they were placed off center of my midline. And that's a cosmetic thing. I can get over that. I understand that Affordable Dentures and places like them, like your Aspen Dental, your DDS, your Western Dental, places like that, have a lot of customers. They have their on-site lab. They're making immediate dentures in a hurry. They're just, the volume that they do is ridiculous. And I understand that since they do a higher volume, they're very well aware of what common issues are with immediate dentures for people who have just had extractions, who have swelling, whose their teeth are shrinking, whose gums are shrinking and who are, going through the beginning parts of that whole process, where traditionally in the past folks would get their teeth pulled and wait 6 months to a year to have dentures placed. So I understand the common complications that come along with immediate dentures. But after a certain point, at the 2-month mark, at the 3-month mark, when if your gum shrinkage is slowing and you're feeling really good and things aren't changing very often or very quickly, I feel like it's time to look at treating the immediate dentures like a more permanent solution, especially if that person is expected to wear them for the next couple of months. For me, as far as I know right now, as it stands right now, I'm not going to be even considered for my implanted dentures until September, which would be the 6-month mark. I told my dentist, I joked with him, I said that I'd love to have my implants done and my perms in place by my birthday, and my birthday is the 17th of September, so he said, call the beginning of September and we'll set up that appointment for you and we'll have a look. I said, cool. I'm hoping that he'll have a look at my appointment later this month. I still need to call and make the appointment, even with the understanding that I have from the other side of the chair, you know what I mean? That, this and that are common problems. People have all the same complaints. It's just something that you deal with as an immediate denture wearer. I get it. But there should be some kind of line drawn, if there's not already, where once it gets to this point, or once this becomes a problem, or that thing becomes a problem, we start looking at it in terms of, okay, this is more of a permanent issue, instead of just saying, well, that'll be fixed with your permanence. Well, that'll be fixed with your permanence. Oh, well, that'll be fixed with your permanence. I understand that, but what can you do for me right now? Because right now I can't eat. Right now it's uncomfortable. Right now I'm using so much adhesive that I can smell it, and it's unscented and unflavored. So when I can smell like secure adhesive in my mouth, which has no smell, mind you, but there's so much of it there with my immediate dentures that I can absolutely smell it. And right now I'm wearing 0 adhesive on these. You see, 0 adhesive here. If I need so much adhesive that I can taste it, my dentures are cushioned and bouncy because there's so much in there to hold them in. I have like a hockey puck that's full of adhesive on the outsides as well as on the inside of the ridge. Like I've got this cushion like this. Like say my fingers are denture material, it's like this all the way around. Like it's like, damn it, it's like a U shape, but turn it this way for the upper, all the way around my ridge. And that's like, every piece of literature that I've read online while I've researched all of the other videos that I've done have all said that an excess of adhesive is not a replacement for a well-fitting denture. And so these immediate dentures, after the 2nd month, up towards the 3rd month, when your healing and your gum changing slows down, if that's how your mouth is, your mouth might be going through rapid changes all the way through month 6. I don't know. But for me, it slowed between months 2 and 3. I feel like that denture should be well-fitting all the time. I don't mind wearing a little bit of adhesive in the in-between times, between appointments, but when I have to wear so much adhesive that I'm going through a tube of it every 2.5 to 3 weeks, and a tube of secure adhesive is supposed to last 6 to 8 weeks. That's 1.5 to 2 months. If I have to go through one tube in 2 to 2.5 weeks of the strongest holding adhesive that I've ever used, I think we have a problem that needs addressed in a different manner. So a lot of people are starting to feel more like me about it. If these immediate dentures aren't going to work and I still have several months to go, what am I going to do about this? I need dentures that are basically, throwaway dentures that aren't real expensive, that I can wear in the meantime between my immediates and my permanents, and that's where I come up with the term intermediate dentures, because that issue just seems to be, especially with these denture mills, and that's what I call places like Affordable Dentures, and your Aspen Dental, your Western Dental, your DDS, places like that, these denture mills. If it's going to be such a common problem that your immediates are going to be ginormous after not that long, there needs to be some kind of in-betweeny step there. And they don't offer that in-betweeny step. Enter mail order dentures. Now, I know I've spoken about J.O.'s Denture Lab in several videos, and I do that because I'm so happy with what I've received from him for the little bit of money that I paid. I paid $450 plus $10 in shipping, and this is what I have. I'm not wearing adhesive. I'm smiling pretty, and my canines are not directly in line with my teeth so much. I mean, my midline is correct. It's right in the center. I can chew. I can chew effectively. I can swallow food without feeling like I'm choking on every other bite. And I don't have to take toddler-sized bites of food anymore. I think where I'm trying to go with this is, after receiving the new dentures from Jamie, and pitting them up against my immediate dentures that I've had for 3.5 months now, I feel like maybe I don't want to accept the permanent dentures that I've already paid for. I have a few options at this point that I didn't have before. I could go, and mind you, I've got implants on the bottom, 2 of them. One here, one here, at where my lower canines used to be, at teeth 22 and 27. So I've got a couple of options. I spoke at length with Jamie, the owner of J.O.'s Denture Lab, about implanted dentures. And he tells me that implanted dentures take a whole different skill set than these kind right here. They do something called a takeaway impression, and it's something that I would have to get a dentist involved with, because the impression should include the hardware that will fit over the hardware in my mouth. So my posts would have to be in place, and the impression would have to be taken using the snaps that will go over my posts that will be here, so that when Jamie receives the impression, he has the hardware that he needs to make the denture work. And that makes complete sense to me. I'm 100% okay with that. It'll cost me a little bit of money, but compared to the, God knows how much I paid, I don't even remember how much I paid, the $819 in arch for the implanted denture, plus the upper for the ultimate fit package, at Affordable Dentures, paying $450 for a completed set, even paying $650 for a completed set, if that's what it takes to get the implanted one done, $750 for a set, $819 for a set. That's what I paid for one arch of my permanent dentures at Affordable Dentures. So I've got a few things to consider. The permanent dentures that I've seen in pictures on other people's profiles, and that people are posting in the denture support groups on Facebook, and you know, that are on the walls in the dentist's office, they're beautiful, they're gorgeous, they're pretty and straight, and have a realistic texture to them. The gums are nicely shapen, they look very natural, it looks like actual gum tissue, and that's all fantastic. So I'm very tempted to go ahead with that option. The problem that I have is that my immediate dentures don't look like the pictures did, and it makes me not trust that the permanent dentures will look like how the pictures look like. And that bothers me. I want to be able to trust the people that are giving me the teeth that I'm going to be wearing for the next, 5 to 10 years. So there's that. I have the option to go ahead forward with that and let them do the permanents and let them put the caps in those dentures so they snap in. That's one. Second option is to let Jamie go ahead and do my dentures, my implanted dentures, go to another dentist for the hardware and for the impressions, pay a little bit of money to the dentist for that, pay a little more money to Jamie for another set of dentures, and go that way. I could get these relined and the bottom redone once I have my implants. I could get the top relined and have the bottom remade for a reduced cost. The cost for just a lower is different on the website than it is for a full set. I want to say a full lower was $320. So I could get a $320 denture with a hard reline here and pay a little money to the dentist for the takeaway impressions and the hardware and go that route. I could have hard relines done to both of these dentures and just say piss on the implants and never get them uncovered and never get the abutments placed and just deal with things the way that they are. I could get flexible dentures. I've seen them. I could go through someone else completely. I could go through Russell Klein. I could go through Dent Kits. I could go to another dentist that's local to me. Because after I've been in these for a year, my insurance resets and will pay for another set. So do I get a refund from Affordable Dentures and go another route? Do I allow them to continue and do what I've already paid for instead of asking for that refund? Do I ask for the refund and give a portion of that money, a small portion of that money, to someone else? You know, what do I do? How does that work with my insurance? Does a claim need to be reversed? Do they need to collect some money back from Affordable Dentures if I decide to go the refund route and go with someone else? Do I let them keep my money, make me a permanent set, and let someone like Jamie make another set for me? So I've got quite a few options and a few months to consider them all. If any of you have any input, if you've made it this far through the video, thank you so much for sticking with me and for watching. If you could leave me a comment with your opinion, your input, I would love to hear it. I love to read and respond to every single comment that I get. And for now, I guess that's all that I have. If you're frustrated with your dentist, you're frustrated with the process, I feel for you, and I know exactly what you're going through. If you're not already part of a denture support group in Facebook, go ahead and search it up, just denture support group, and in Facebook search, and join one that's got a bunch of members and is fairly active, and go from there. I'm in a group called New Denture Wearer Support and Social Group. That's a good one. These Smiles Are Not Cheap is another good one. I'm trying to think which groups have moved to secret and which ones are still searchable. There are a bunch. If you just type in denture support group, you'll get a bunch of options to pick from. So, but yeah, you can share your frustrations, you can ask advice, you can vent, you can share your wins, selfies, gum pictures, whatever. There's all kinds of support for all kinds of things inside of those groups for you. I guess that's going to be it for now. Again, leave me a comment. If you're new, go ahead and subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. And until next time when I have a brand new video for you guys, be good to each other, keep smiling, and keep being awesome.